Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check the video out. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover here today. So before we get into it, do me a favor, be sure to hit the like button if you end up enjoying the video or finding it informative. And if you are new here to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button as well. We're starting here with a new rumor, a very vague rumor at that, regarding the Game Awards. Obviously, the Game Awards are happening very soon, and a lot of people are looking forward to them because, well, the Game Awards is where a lot of major game announcements and reveals take place, and it seems to kind of get bigger and bigger every year. Of course, there are the awards themselves, but there's no doubt that the Game Awards has kind of transformed into a major, a yearly event where you can expect some very significant reveals. So over on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, it says Omar Alumadi, who works at SA's biggest gaming website, True Gaming, teases that a console generation defining game may be shown at the Game Awards. Quote, "If what I heard about one of Jeff Keighley's awards shows trailers is true, I am very, very, very excited. How could I not be when we are talking about a generation defining game," end quote. So, yes, this is extremely vague, and I don't want to, get anybody overly excited here, but as we approach the Game Awards, there's no doubt we're going to start hearing a little bit more, right, from certain corners of the internet about what may be showing up. And naturally, the first game that I think everybody's mind goes to here is GTA 6. GTA 6, I think, is certainly going to be a generation-defining game, and it really doesn't get any bigger or any better than GTA 6, but there are potentially other titles that could be popping into people's minds right now. And so again, this is just a very vague rumor, but something that is potentially hyping up the Game Awards. And, to be honest, I don't know what game he's talking about here, but I hope it's true. Even if it's not GTA 6, seeing a massive game reveal that could be considered a generation-defining game at the Game Awards would be very welcome. I think a lot of people, again, are expecting something big at the Game Awards, but there you go. We'll have to see if this comes true. Let me know down in the comments what game you think he could be talking about. Moving on to the next topic, we're talking about Helldivers 2 winning a Game of the Year award. This is being reported by GamesIndustry.biz. It says Arrowhead Game Studios and Sony's Helldivers 2 was the big winner of the 2024 TIGA Awards, or the TIGA Game Awards, I guess, taking home the Best Technical Innovation and Game of the Year prizes last night. Sony Interactive Entertainment also won awards for the Best Use of License, thanks to Marvel Spider-Man 2, and Best Narrative in Games for The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. Ninja Theory and Microsoft's Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 won 2 awards for Best Action and Adventure Game of 2024 and Diversity in Games. So there you go. I just wanted to highlight this because, shout out to Helldivers 2. I'm not sure that this is the most significant Game of the Year award, but either way, I want to highlight it because I do think Helldivers 2 is a game that should be getting kind of more recognition in terms of being nominated for Game of the Year. I think it definitely deserves that. So to see it actually winning a Game of the Year award is pretty cool. Moving on to the next topic, we're talking once again about Astrobot and how it has apparently surpassed Elden Ring and is currently 2024's highest rated release, being reported by Push Square. They say anyone who tells you that 2024 was a weak year for gaming is either extremely specific in the type of games they play or uninformed. As it is almost Game of the Year time once again, it seems the competition will be extremely close at the award shows like the Game Awards, but in terms of the aggregate critical consensus, Astrobot is the highest rated release of 2024. While far from scientific, sites like Metacritic and OpenCritic remain useful tools for publishers and journalists to gauge public reaction to a product. While each aggregator's methodology is different, attempting to serve different audiences, the top 4 highest rated games of 2024 have lined up across both and make a very strong selection of games. So, Astrobot is number 1, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree is number 2, Metaphor ReFantazio is number 3, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is number 4. So this is kind of worth highlighting because up until this point, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree was actually the highest rated video game product of the year, and Astrobot has finally surpassed it. So not really a huge deal, but you know, it just kind of goes to show how significant Astrobot really is in terms of its critical reception. But moving on to the next topic, we have another game that was PS5 Pro enhanced, but unfortunately seems to be struggling, which is becoming a more common occurrence than you would expect. The original story says Ubisoft released the official PS5 Pro support patch for Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, allowing it to run at 60 FPS in its quality mode. The internal resolution has been increased when running on Sony's enhanced system, and PSSR is also in effect. PS5 Pro owners will experience, quote, better quality and performance, end quote, Ubisoft explains in a blog post. But there's an update to this article where it says it's been a few hours since Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora was updated for PS5 Pro, and already fans are complaining about the quality of the update. According to those who have tested it, PSSR is introducing a ton of shimmering, reducing the overall image quality compared to the standard PS5 version. To make matters worse, only one mode is available, so there's no option to disable the features here, meaning the PS5 Pro owners are technically getting a worse experience for the time being. This isn't the first time a patch like this has been released by a third party, and it's something Sony's going to have to get a tighter handle on. And yeah, I absolutely agree. This is frankly unacceptable, right? We highlight the good PS5 Pro patches, which, you know, it's not to say that they don't deserve credit, but you know, we're talking about games and products just doing what they were advertised to do, right? So it's going to really stick out and look pretty bad if you see games like this that are getting these updates for the PS5 Pro and people are like, why does it look worse, right? So again, there are going to be growing pains no matter what, but Sony, I think, does have to try to get a better hold of this, because the more games we see getting patched that have this problem, it's gonna, you know, they're gonna start to kind of add up, and people are going to be paying closer attention, and it's going to create a potentially damaging look for the PS5 Pro, which I think is the opposite of what this console needs right now. We did just cover yesterday about how like GT7 is doing incredible things with PSSR and on the PS5 Pro, but you know, the very next day we end up seeing something like this. But interestingly enough, we do have another game that was PS5 Pro enhanced, and it seems like this game is actually doing better than Avatar, that being Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. It got a big update. Patch 5.0 is adding a new operation, one of the game's co-op focused missions, along with new customization options for colored helmet lenses and support for the PS5 Pro. Developer Saber Interactive hadn't made a definitive statement on the PS5 Pro up until now, with many PlayStation players asking whether or not the highly rated action shooter would be getting a patch. Basically, Space Marine 2 is going to make use of the Pro's PSSR, boosting resolution across both the game's graphics modes. The 30 FPS quality mode will see a maximum resolution jump from 1440p with an FSR upscale to 4K to 2160p with a PSSR upscale to 4K. Meanwhile, the performance mode will go from a minimum resolution of 720p to 1080p and a maximum resolution of 1080p to 1440p. However, the big selling point here is that the 60 FPS performance mode will benefit from PSSR, which will attempt to push the image quality up to 4K. So I don't know if anybody has tested this out yet. I haven't heard any complaints so far about Space Marine 2, you know, to whereas with Avatar, we were immediately hearing complaints. So let me know if it's a game that you've tried yet. I'm assuming the patch did come out already. So let me know if you've tried Warhammer on the PS5 Pro. Hopefully it's, you know, fine. But guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.